Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the Roots, Afro Roots Tuesdays. We're so happy to be back with you. I see so many friends in the house. Thank you for coming out tonight. I'm jumping right in with the Mbira call to peace and just taking us musically into a beautiful night. Thank you for coming out tonight. We're going to have a good time tonight. We are so excited for tonight. The return of Kora master Salieu Suso. If you were here the last time, you know that when Salieu plays, the sound can be described as magical. It's a magical sound coming from the Kora, the very ancient instrument out of West Africa, the harp. And Salieu is a master of this instrument. And so this music of the Kora has a healing sound. It touches the heartstrings. It's enchanting. And it sounds like many instruments at one time. So it's a very special thing for us to be able to bring this to you. And in this month, which we call in many places Black History Month. You see, but every month is Black History Month. We get to say it this month, but we can feel free to say it every month. Because there's no separating Black history from any history. There's no history separated from Black history. As my friend says, Black history should be no mystery. Should be no mystery to anyone. And it didn't begin 500 years ago. It didn't begin 600 years ago. It began millions of years ago. It began before history was written by any man, any woman, or any woman. Black history is the history that we all are living because it is the root of the human species. So it's wonderful to be able to have this beautiful lyrical instrument, this Kora, this instrument that, again, no one can date. They say it goes back to the old Mali Empire, but we know that an instrument like that has much more ancient roots because an instrument like that doesn't pop up out of nowhere in 1235 AD with a repertoire. Um, so it's a very a beautiful thing to be able to bring Salieu back. The last time he was here, like I said, it was pure magic, and this time, it's going to be magic. I want to thank some people before we start. I want to thank uh, the previous director of God of Riverside, Susan Macaluso, because Susan Macaluso, even though she is retired, brought Afro Roots Tuesdays to God of Riverside. And since then, we have worked with God of Riverside since 2013, and it's been a really special collaboration. Um, so wherever Susan Macalusa is, I want to thank you. I want to thank Amanda Hopper, who you saw just a few minutes ago. And Amanda Hopper has been doing a lot of the great organizational work for God of Riverside. So I want to thank Amanda Hopper. I want to thank Nellie Gomez. Nellie Gomez is running the boards with us tonight, waving her hand there. And she's with God of Riverside. I want to thank Nellie Gomez. I want to thank Gregory Cage. He may not be in the house with us right now, but Gregory Cage is the tech and the sound man extraordinaire and musician who's been with Afro Roots from the very beginning. And so I want to thank Gregory Cage wherever you are tonight. I want to thank all the people that have ever donated their time, their money, their services to Afro Roots Tuesdays. Some of them are in the house tonight. Every donation is really goes miles and miles to help. So I want to thank anyone and everyone who's ever donated to Afro Roots. We have options for people to donate. They can donate $1 a month, and there's many different ways to donate. Some people donate by helping us out with different things. All of that is very important. So we want to thank all the people that have donated and all the people that will donate. Everything that has done to help the flow of this series, which basically runs by volunteer work. All of us are doing this work voluntarily. I am have been doing this with the crew with Gregory as a volunteer basis since 2013 we began, and we started it because it was the series began with Michael McKenna at the Yippee Cafe way back on Bleecker Street, and the series began with a total intent to bring the rich artistry that was in New York City to people uh, in a way that they could access it and it was affordable and that they could understand the rich artistry that was in the city and get a chance to really experience it in a very intimate way too, not from a long way away, not from a stage, not from a museum environment where wine and cheese environment, an environment where you could be there relating and grooving directly with the artist. And so now we're doing this online and we're trying to keep the same flavor until, of course, we open everything back up. But for now, we try to keep this same flavor. We try to keep this community feeling. So at times, we are going to open it up. We will take a short intermission today where we will open it up. We'll open it up for people to be able to ask some questions. We'll also open it up for people to be able to go into the chat because I realize the chat is an important piece for people to really be able to access. And sometimes it's hard to access that chat when the music is going because the music kind of, takes your attention. So that's one of the things we will do. But in the meantime, without much further ado, I want to say again that we are so excited to be able to bring back Salieu Suso. He is a musician extraordinaire and a griot, which is also known as Jali, Djeli, Jelly. uh, someone who many who has passed on the music and culture for many centuries, and it follows the family tradition. So it's so exciting to be able to bring an artist like Salieu Suso here. I'm not going to go too much into detail right now because we will be talking. We will be in conversation. There will be some dialogue back and forth through the night where we'll get to understand more about the artist Salieu Suso. So without further ado, would everyone please just give a warm ululation. Thank you. And we'll mute and we'll open the doors for Salieu Suso. Salieu.
All right. Thank you, Kevin Nathaniel. Thank you so much for inviting me again to the Afro Roots Tuesdays. And this is a wonderful, and then because of the time and also, the situation we are in right now, during this pandemic happening, so we need some, music and some dancing, some, things to do together so that we can, help ourselves during this pandemic. And then this is very, very good for this time to get some kind of, music. So, and then people can, have some, peace of mind. So, and thank you for the Afro Roots members and everyone, and look like today is we're gonna have a lot of fun today because I saw some of the old friends, back in the days. So this is something special tonight. And I also want to let you know that sometimes you might hear me cleaning out my voice because of the cold weather, but that's nothing else. I'm doing okay, so everything is fine. Just to let you know. But Kora, traditional instrument. You see the bag, the resonato, and this is a calabash or calabasa gourd. So people call it different names. And the front here, that's the cow skin with the rosewood, and strings are nylon, the fishing line. But back in the days, our forefathers used an animal skin. This animal called antelope. They use an antelope skin to make strings out of it, but due to the respect of the animals' rights, so we have to change that, and we come out with the idea of fishing line. You can get it in local stores without no problem with the law. And I think it sounds good. So, like Kevin said, people play this kind of instrument in Africa. It's called Jali or Griot, entertainers, historians, and storytellers. So tonight you might, hear a little bit of everything what I'm talking about. So this is a tradition that pass it down from father to son, from father to son, from father to son. At the Kora we counted the Kora for 800 years, but the tradition go back, 2,000 years back. So with that, information, that's something like we really need to hear, and also celebrate ourselves that with the knowledge that we have from so I'm going to be playing some traditional songs and also some of my contemporary songs. Some of these traditional songs I modified a little bit, and then had a song. I made a song out of it. So those songs then also I'm going to be playing, and I'll explain the reason why I do that and the meanings of the songs. So hopefully everybody will enjoy tonight, and then hopefully we can do this again and again and again. All right. So the first song I'm going to play, this traditional song, is called Kelafa Ba. Kelafa Ba, it dedicated to the king by the name of Kelafa, but it means the king and also the masterminder of the war. Kelafa Ba. Kelafa Ba. This is a song that every Kora players, they started with this piece. This is the original song of the Kora. Any students, before you start playing the Kora, you have to start with this song, Kelafaba. Jola kele, balala jola ila, keleva balata mo baria. Ah, julubadona, yeah julubadona, sade salade julubadona. Manyabedona, Sansaudala, Manyabedona. Ah, Kelemandine, Badima Fulala, Kelemandine. Ah, Marol Bane, Dama, Kilo, Marol Bane. Thank you. So that's the Kelababa. Marol Bane, Dama, Kilo, Marol Bane. Badima Fulala Kelemandine. Two family fighting between two family is not a good thing. Badima Fula. So the next piece is also traditional song, but I sifted a little bit and I made a song out of it. I call it the Alin Nkakana Keleke, Alin Kana Keleke, which means let us not fight. The fighting is not good because sometimes the fighting end up violence. It end up killing each other, which is, the song says, sometimes it's not a good thing or it's not as sweet to see your friend get killed by a gun or your friend get killed in the war. Your friend, you never experience any sickness that your friend have before, but you just in the war you can see the friend who has never been sick, he can get killed in front of you. So then I shifted the singing to the traditional song called Juluba, and then some people call it Tutujara. Then I make a song out of it, Nkakana Keleke. Galiga ganage kele mambede, galiga keleke kele mambede. Galiga keleke kele mambede, galiga keleke kele mambede. Galiga keleke kele demonebo, kele mambede. Galiga keleke kele demonebo, kele mambede, kele demonebo, kele mambede, kele demonebo, kele mambede. Kele demonebo, galiga keleke kele mambede. Yeah, that is a song of admonish, to warn in the public that the war has, something, is not good at all because what is behind the war is not a good thing. So what that means, Kelemambete, the war is not a good. The war, Kelete Monebo, the war never solved the problem. It's always creating more problems. That's the song about it. So this one is a traditional song, but it's like a love song. It's called Jimbasang. Jimbasang is a love song, and it created a lot of groovies and deep sound. So it literally means Jimbo Singh play the deep sound or upbeat sound. Ah, da da lemba. Yeah, but I'm a faraba, da lemba. Muna tungam jabula de no more the gagale utangam sa jojambam. Ah, yeah, no more the gagale gotangam sa jojambam. Muna tungam jabula de no more the gagale gotangam sa jojambam. Yeah, what about Bolanyala? Dunia bedendin ne munajo me dabalong. Jonta la balona. Tulo te bako la si bako kumo moye. Ndale sobola mume wani me ya te kanang. Haniba jikote ba malibara. Kanda kolemba malanya bali. Ah, Beratina la gongola bibi daramo. Bibi daramo le wanim fatu jawara. Bedendin di nyaro bibi afatu sise. Sire jamme kema. Kibiro besanjaba. Buba kari haidara. Nambali masuku. Wanin nafatu ture. Nyamo kununda le musuke badara. Dunia Ngamba jadundola Ameriki banko gambe kendo digila Dunia ke jantine makoba size manimori Mariama kema Babi vama banda vama Dunia Wadila wana jama bana jilla basanyang Kasia sanyando mananyi malindi malum Kalidra makema Dunia lamini sawana si sawana bunduko malim malikizi Mbamana sawana doma Masana sawana domalum Saruja janjo diatala, New York janjo diatala, Pennsylvania janjo diatala. Dunia, dunia ba dunia. Mo ko da dunia la kende go ba dunia la. Sila be balangana ga be la ngana ga ngana zodo mandia ku gelum. Ah, kada demba, bore ma baraba kada demba. This part is called Bala. Resistance. Balaoye, 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 Musa Kole Sabari. Balaoye, 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 Musa Kole Sabari. Ndeldala balayale, Musawe Sabari. Ndeldala balayale, Musawe Sabari. Kongo Vela Dunda, Balawe Sabari. Magazino Daile Bang, Bale Sabari. Bala Balao, Musa Sabari. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's called Jimba sound, the deep sound or upbeat sound. But also, I had the last part was changed. That's called resistance, balai sabari. You know, is somebody who is a resistance guy. He go with his words. Whatever he said he want to do, that's what he want to do. So that's the last part of the song, balai sabari. So,
Salieu, I have a question.
okay,
This song makes you feel, the Kora. You can't help but feel a sense of joy when you hear the sound of Kora. But, as much as it makes you joyous, was the song topic and the lyrics as joyous as the sound of the Kora? In other words, were the lyrics really joyous too? I'm
yes, yeah,
asking, okay.
yeah, they're very joyous. The lyrics very joyous because when you sing, the lyrics, it makes people, start, shaking the head and
Right,
also jumping.
right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's a sound that you can heal the heart. I've heard you do this before, and I've said the same thing. No matter what condition you're feeling, your heart is healed. You're feeling that you can move, you can go on, you can pick up, you can have something to rejoice just from hearing the sound of this instrument.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a sound of joy. It's a sound of joy. Exactly. You
Yeah,
said it. You said
yeah.
the word. Yeah.
Amazing.
Cool.
Amazing. We're gonna ask you some more about that a little bit later, but go ahead, Sal. You go ahead with whatever you're gonna do then.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, like I said, I see a lot of old friends and faces out here. Or this is really happening. Very good. Okay, now I'm gonna play a traditional song. This one is called Masana Sise. Masana Sise. Yeah, I think I need to say that every traditional song has a story behind. So the things that we just don't have much time as a performer, so to get all that narration, but every traditional song has a story behind. Masana Sise is one of the richest traditional song. Is about a young man who's a businessman, been had the problem with the community, that because of his blessings, so he moved out from that community to another community, and he got more blessed. So and then he, but the end of his life was not that great, because he ended up getting messed with somebody's wife. In Africa, you can start getting marriage business since the young girls are like 10 years, 12, 15 years. You start helping the family, and make sure you work for them, and then so they all know that you working for them, and you helping them for because of that young girl. So someone did that to a young girl. The girl become a woman now, and when he came, because he had the money, then he wanted to take that girl from that young man. So that's what end of his life ruined. So just to make story short, so that's called Masano. If you listen to this, the singing is in the part, it will say, "Nyinyate jong balla sayala mume, betiate jong balla sayala mume," which means there's no way, uh, how beautiful you are. If death come to you, you had to go. No matter how good heart you are, if death come to you, you have to go. Because that's what the griot is singing about him, because he's good. He has a good heart. But when he messed with somebody's wife, then that was end of his life. So they have to sing for him those kind of lyrics, so that people understand that he's a good, but that was his time to go. That's why he ended up doing something he's not supposed to do. So that's why the griot, the Jalis tradition, they sing and warn people, and tell the stories. But these stories are telling, teaching people behaviors. you know. So most of these songs are like that. So Masanisi is basically, teaching, community that, how to handle situation, and how to believe yourself, and believe, have a faith. Fati Ramazan Daraja de Jambala Sayala Mume Ninga de Jambala Sayala Mume Badaya de Jambala Sayala Mume Gondali Fati Ramazan Ninga de Jambala Sayala Mume Gondali Fati Ramazan So sabo ke moti muna men so alingam gabe alala ka jonso sabo ke moti muna men so alingam gabe Tomboya tombong, tomboya tombong, tomboya ta. Bela bela lomena tomboya tombong, tomboya tombong, tomboya ta. Araba de jombala sayala mume, niya de jombala sayala mume, bela de jombala sayala mume. Thank you. That's my son. Yeah, at one time I was singing Alalaka Jonso, Ka Sabo Kemoti, Munanai Menso, Alingamutafe. So this Kora player singing, Masana Sisa's community, the people in the community, that God is the giver. Whoever God gave a gift, say, let's all, follow that person. And then in the long run, maybe we all can benefit out of it. But let us not hate him, because if we hate him, so the bestow or the blessing, will go away. If that go away, that's not good for the community. So that's the last singing I was doing. But like I say, Masana Sise has a long history behind the song. Okay, so let's move on and. Okay, now I think I'm gonna play one of my composition, and this one, I call this one Hakilinyima, which is Mandingo. Hakilinyima is Mandingo. I hope because most of my singing is in Mandingo, so I speak Mandingo. I speak some Fulani. I speak some Wolof. So in the you know near future, you might have some of the singing, some of the language I put it inside the singing. But for now, I'm singing in Mandingo. So Hakilinyima in English means positive thinking. A positive thinking. That's what Hakilinyima means. Dunia mo pada dunia la kenda gobe dunia la tila babalanga la ka bela la kana ganga sodo mandia ku gelum dunia ngani la bangana jama fana dala ngana mun meku wa gela dunia nyin dunia go fa dunia dunia ngani la bangana jama fana dala ngani la ba fulo dala jawlu bande balla juli gema adala ni salle balde wuluda salle dabo sanga sakantara nani wazara bianka bara minna ni ka to minna somalul janjan donna bilal dabo musmao dunia alga dunia seringa dunia damanga dunia ngajanga dunia tamandamang salmada demmo banda kisima za kamba wani jara wale Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Salieu, that was such a beautiful song, and it felt like it took us so many different places all in one song. It's amazing. You know, I couldn't help but just realize while you're playing that this instrument you're playing is in this whole world of music that you're about is not just music, you know. I mean, it's music, but it's also teaching. It's also preaching. It's also praise singing. It's also reasoning. All these things are part of your musical tradition. And, you know, a lot of times I realize in this sort of Western sort of musical world, people sometimes approach the kora as just the instrument and just the sounds that the instrument makes. And oftentimes, you know, we live in a music sort of environment now where we hear people discuss the kora just in terms of whether it sounds this way or sounds that way, or whether somebody plays certain kinds of songs on it according to the letter, but not a whole lot of discussion about what I'm hearing you do. And that I'm hearing you do the great black church tradition. I'm hearing you preaching. I'm hearing you teaching. I'm hearing you reasoning. This is all part of the tradition. This is, to me, is Kora.
Yeah,
Can you speak on that?
yeah, yeah. It is all, in one. It's
Yes,
all in one because, like I said in the beginning, the griots or Jalis are entertainers, historians, and storytellers. So it's all in one. So because a lot of time you listen to the music, what music is saying, and you listen to the words, and you combine the words to the music, then you created something that will make people feel you know that they are useful, and they are important. Because when you say back in the days when our the forefathers used to say, like, court griot, the court griot, back in those days, the court griots are very important to the community, in the society, in the government. Back in days, in the government, the court griots are very important because the king would never conduct the court rules without not hearing the griot first. They will make sure they hear the griot, what the griot is singing, and what the music saying. That will uplift the court, and to make them to do the right decision, make it the right decision. Back
that's amazing.
yes.
That's amazing. And something, a discussion I was having with some people earlier today where the music is the envelope of the experience, you know, because people say, you know, I was talking to some people the other day, and I was saying that one of my jokes that my Imbira teacher used to make was, he said that there was no, in his time when he was young, you know, there was no clock people ran their life by. You
Mhm.
know, no one said do something at 6 a.m., do something at 7 a.m. So he had this, uh, but there was a sense of music being like the envelope by which things were run. Whether you were doing farm work or whether you're doing anything, there was an envelope of music around it, and
Yep.
that sort of figured out your timing. You know how long you were going to do a certain thing, or how you're going to do it, what speed. Um, and one of his stories he talked about was the time when British came into Zimbabwe, and he said he made this story. He says I was, he was of course, talking about earlier ancestor of his, but he's like, I was in the road playing Mbira, and the British police came to me and said, you can't do that, it's illegal. He
Uh-huh.
said, come to the courtroom at 4 o'clock. He said, "What is 4 o'clock?"
Yeah,
Because that concept of time
exactly.
was not part of the life, and what I was saying was time can be a
Mhm.
source of joy when it has music as an envelope, or
Right.
it can be a source of stress when it has only the clock
That's right.
as the determining factor.
That's right.
And so, what we're talking about now, when you say in the court, the kings make the announcement only in the envelope of the music.
Exactly.
You
Yep.
know, only
Mhm.
in the envelope of the music. In other words, something is over their head.
Yeah.
They know that. You
Yep.
know, no one higher than that. No one above everybody.
Exactly.
Something above everyone's ahead. And music is touching that.
Yep.
Music is being that liaison
Hmm.
for, yeah, it's amazing. Well, what we want to do now is, because, we've got a house full of artists.
Yeah.
This is an amazing night. We've got artists that are very well known in their fields in the house right now.
I saw
And
it. I saw it.
yeah,
I saw
so
it.
what I want to
I've
do
been
is,
playing in the house.
yeah, I mean, we can call them out. So
And
what I want to do is,
Vicky's in the house too.
take a little short pause in which we can ask if anybody in the audience wants to ask a question. Um, Please feel free to ask that question. Yes, Vicky, go ahead.
Hey, Vicky.
Oh, Vicky, you have to unmute. Do you have to? Can somebody unmute
Can you
Vicky?
hear me now?
Hey, we
Yes.
hear you now.
Now, what I want to say to Salieu is, hello, how are you?
Hey, great to see you.
I'm so happy to see you. But what I want to share with all of you, I'm a I'm an artist, a teaching artist, and especially at this time when I'm teaching, no matter if it's on Zoom, most of the time, sorry, it's on Zoom. I'm using the Kora music to calm, to relax my student. And they are all telling me that they are moved, they are happy. And when I forget to bring the Kora music, they are like, something is missing. So Kora is really part of the healing, the beauty, all what we can get at this time. Kora music is really helping. So thank you, Saliu. Thank you, thank you.
Welcome, welcome.
So this is what I wanted to share with all of you. I'm very happy to be here. Unfortunately, I have to go because I have another Zoom, something to do. But I was so, so happy. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Thank you for the music. I really, it's making me feel like, ooh,
Great
things
to
are
see you. Great.
better now. So thank you very much. Stay safe, all of you, and I will come back to see you. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Vicky. It's such a honor and pleasure to see you in the house,
No,
to have
I'm very
great artistry among us.
thank you. So sorry to leave you, but you are with the Kora music, so life is good for you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Uh, is there anyone who would like to ask a question at this point? Um, I can't see the whole uh, group here in the
Yeah,
gallery,
yeah.
so if Nelly or if Amanda sees somebody I don't see, please let us know. Okay. Well, I'm guessing that no one else will ask a question right now,
Yeah, maybe
but it's all good. What I'm gonna do though,
mhm.
oh yeah, Amanda just said I don't see anyone right now. So what I'll do is, if there's no one wanted to ask a question, is I just wanted to make that open. And of course, someone wants to, if anyone wants to ask a question later, you can always ask it later. There's no, we're not going to cut it off at this point. What I do want to do though is take about 4 minutes, and we're going to take a little break for about 4 minutes. And in this 4 or 5 minutes, I want, if everyone would please, please, please go into the chat, and if you think that we have your email address, no problem. But if you think that we might not have it, leave your email address for us. Read the chat, get the contact information for Salieu, get the contact information for God at Riverside, get the contact information for all the artists for how to get Salieu's CDs. Also, if you'd like to make a donation, Salieu will be able to get any donation you make. If you make any donation to the Eventbrite, all those donations will go to Salieu. We don't have anybody chopping the money off the top. To be very frank about it, we don't. So please, if you can make a donation to the Eventbrite, uh, please do. That would go, as I said, straight to Salieu and straight to benefit the artist by taking his time and coming out tonight and blessing us with this beautiful sounds of the Kora. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Salieu to go ahead and take a break for about 5 minutes. He can stay with us right now. And I'm going to ask everybody to just go ahead and go in that chat and make, if you want to make a donation, make a donation. If you want to get information from the chat, get the information. If you want to leave some information, leave some information in the chat. And I'm going to ask you to do that on the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Okay, we're back. Thank you so much for taking the time to go into that chat, get the information out that you need to get out, leave the information for us, or taking the time to make a donation if you wanted to make a donation. Um, Thank you so much. As I said, we have a house full of artists tonight. We could just about have a big jam band right here, right now. I'm looking at y'all out here. Thank you all for coming. Thank you so much. Um, I think Salieu is a little bit on a break right now himself, but I bet he'll be back in a second. So we will give him a second to come back. Um, it's been such a special journey tonight with Salieu, and I've worked with Salieu and known him for years. And here he comes. He's coming right back. But I want to tell you before he comes back that I've heard so many people playing Kora. Salieu definitely is has a very special ranking sound among any Kora player because he is doing he's doing the real Kora work. He's doing the real work of the kora player, and it's a special thing to be able to have a kora player of this nature among us. Okay, I'm going to turn the scene right back to Salieu Suso.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, everyone. Hey, I saw my big brother, Marvin Dean. Yeah, man. I see Charanga Soleil, Colette. Those are all Charanga Soleil members. Man, this is good night, man. Okay, now I come back with another idea of the Kora. Because the beginning, when I was playing, I started the tuning called syllaba. That was a tuning called syllaba. So I was playing the syllaba, and the syllaba, that's what I play Kelefa Ba and Jimbasem. All that line has now I'm on a different line now. This line is called Sauta style. So this is more mellow. This side is more mellow than the first one. So now I'm going to start it with a song, and this song is a traditional love song. It's called Jarabi. Jarabi is a love song, but it is a very special love song because sometimes love is varied. Some loves are more affected than the others. So Jarabi is one of the um, very effective love because when you have a Jarabi in your love or your partner or whatsoever, so the kind of feeling you have is a special feeling because sometimes when you miss your loved one, you feel sick. You feel sick. Sometimes you feel headache. Sometimes you feel some kind of body aches. But whenever you saw your loved one or your dear person, you feel like somebody inject you with a medicine. Then you feel well. You feel good immediately. So that's what Jarabi is about. So, hopefully we can sing this together, but due to the Zoom thing, so but then I'll try something, see if somebody can respond. Maseri, Jarabe, Maseri, Jarabe, Lianamo, Jarabe, Lianamo, Jarabe, Maseri, Jarabe, mi amor, Jarabe, mi amor, Jarabe. Thank you. That's Jarabe. Okay. This one is my version of the Salimu. I play this to a friend of mine who is a big supporter to my arts, and his name Alhaji Salimu Jabi. Yes, Salimu, yes, Salimu, Alhaji Salimu, Alhaji Salimu, Alhaji Salimu, Alhaji Salimu, Ajali Sake, Dejanage. Swallow Jime, Sugelwo. Baduruni Mari Baja Kolani Jagon Salimu. Bekuna ulanga na joma ni joma panama. Sidi Mariama Koto, Grisa Jange Kotoma, Sidi Bandandin Koto, Sekudari Jabi Fama. Abatumulu Geda Kilila Geda Mazarin Kansang Kumutoma Tumbulu Geda sana wuluda ajana tu jangjang wala wuluda la je garamala kodi wari sa de kono abijang anin fadu mara jange wuluda anin kali jadi jange wuluda jagomba jange jontan jange alaji bambo jabi doma alaji papa jabi kodo jomba jabi kodo aja jomba jabi kodo tumbulu geta wuluda wabelari mbadi bunja gonda jakunda janyo dia dalam pasman geta dimma wala ni sidi geta wuluda animma wa geta wuluda Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That was
Yeah.
groovy. That song was groovy.
Oh yeah.
That was groovy, Salieu. You know, when you play, I'm not missing anything. I don't feel like I need to hear drums or bass or anything. I'm hearing it all. You know, what's
Yeah.
what's going on? Why is it that I'm not missing anything when you play? Why is it that I'm fine? I can just let you play by yourself. I hear the whole band.
Wow.
Why do I hear the whole band when you're playing, man?
Well, there's the magic of the Kora. That's the magic of the Kora. You get all these 21 strings. Every each one of them make it a special sound. So sometimes you just hit it and then you just tell yes, right there, keep it up. You know.
Do you ever have a situation where you develop a bass line and then you just play the melody right over top of the bass line?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That happens sometimes. Yeah,
yeah, that's interesting.
yeah,
And I'm sure something exciting happens once you get the bass line going because you develop a melody that goes in a different direction than the bass line.
right. It's like music. It's like every other music. Music is always like that. Sometimes the music itself give you its own direction. You know, the things that you just have to get in there.
Yeah,
So once you get in there, sometimes you gotta let it go. So when you let it go, it just it give you all this crisscross, but then boom,
yeah.
that's the music.
Well, it sounds to me like when you're playing, there's a certain amount of almost like focus, internal meditation going on. You have to have some way of keeping that all worked out and all in sync. You know, it's got to have some way in which you're syncing all these patterns together so
Yeah,
they have one sound, so that nothing seems to be separate.
that's right. That's right. Right. Okay.
Go ahead, play. Keep playing. Keep playing. I don't want to stop you.
Okay, now I'm gonna shift it a little bit from contemporary song to the traditional song. Now I'm gonna play one of the old traditional song called Tutu Jara. Aluaye, aluaye, aluaye. Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I think Melvin Dean, I saw his hand go up. He's going to ask something. Melvin, go ahead, unmute.
Hello, my friend.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah.
Hey, Salieu.
Hey, big brother,
Good,
how are
good
you,
to
man?
good to see you. Good to
See
see you.
you too. How's Atlanta?
No, Atlanta's okay, but I'm in Savannah. A
Oh,
little, yeah, a
oh,
little more relaxed.
that's right, that's right.
They
Great.
still working in Atlanta. We relaxing over here in Savannah.
I see. Because a lot of time I saw you on Facebook in Atlanta.
Yeah. I'm doing all right. We all right down here.
Good.
You know what? I was thinking, um, how is it chosen in the family? Like your family is griots.
Yeah.
And it sounded like only the males played. I don't know if that's true, right?
Yeah.
But say if you have 3 or 4 brothers,
Yeah.
do all of y'all play it, or do y'all all start out and then whoever develops be the chosen one? How did you move into that position if you have other family members?
That's a great question, Marvin Dane. That's if you have a 5 in the family, the father will, like all of you, to play music. To start it out, teaching everyone, usually traditionally the girls singing and dancing alongside with music. But now we have girls that play and the instrument too. But back in the days, is the girls sing and dance. But now in the family, if you have 3 or 4 people in the family, everybody, the parents will like everybody to play and to sing. But then when he go further, go to the school and learn different things. So now it's up to you, individually, if you want to keep going with the tradition, you can go with it, or if you want to do something else, you can do that. But the family want to make sure every individual know how to play and know the tradition. So that's how it goes. So sometimes you go in the long run. When people, kids grow up, some of them, they go to school and they find something different, and then oh yeah, since I know how to play, or no, now I want to focus on this different subject. So they go with that. Yeah, because
So that was a choice on yourself.
yeah,
You
exactly.
made the final choice to stay
Yeah,
and to carry on, as I would
carry
say.
on the tradition. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Good seeing you.
The parents, they want everybody to continue.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that won't happen. All right.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
I want to mention at this point that Melvin Dean is a incredible steel pan man, steel pan player, and he
Right.
will be featured at Afro Roots in a couple weeks. So
Oh,
please,
wonderful.
Couple
Wonderful.
of months.
couple months.
Couple months.
Yes,
Good.
yes, couple months. He said, not that soon, right? All right, so coming up though, he will be featured at Afro Roots because we will love to be able to bring some exposure to that part of the African tradition, the Caribbean, and the steel pan. So please look out for that if you look out for the schedule of Afro Roots.
That was great.
Um, and we've already got Tomas Rodriguez is in the house. He was on Afro Roots a couple months ago too. So
Yeah.
we've got a flow here of artists that are coming back, cycling around because it's we've got producing some really strong musical vibes out of this flow here. Salieu, we don't really have a lot of time, but if you'd like to play it, give us one more song, that would be most welcome.
All right. Yes, yes. This is a good night tonight, man. You see
All right.
all friends and new friends and everybody. So, okay, now, so I'm gonna play this song. This also one of my creation. A lot of my friends who I play with, they know this song called Changes. So Changes, I play a lot of time. I play with the big bands like Spirit Ensemble, and play with the Kaleidophonic, and a whole lot of different, Africa meet India and all that. So, and sometimes I play by myself. So, but the reason why I like the changes is the meaning of the song. It has covered a lot of variety of lifestyle. That's why I like this song. So most likely I like to play it by the end of this performance, because changes is something that happen in all our life. Sometimes we notice it, sometimes we don't, but it's always happening in our lives, our lifestyle, our even the foods. It's always because sometimes you eating the same food over and over. Sometimes you feel like, oh, today I'm going to change. Today when I go to the restaurant, I'm going to get something different. So it's all about this. All of this is changes, and the weather also is a big time. So especially right now, the weather, it was a big change. You know. So. ya Ramano. Yalla, 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 oh. Yalla, 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 ya Ramano. Swalway, swalway, me. Sugalway, me. Malla dunia la, sugala manza dunia la, yari 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 yari. Swalway, me. Tuba, 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 tuba. Makatuba, Fuda Galo tuba, Karamba tuba, Simona Gamo tuba, Sirimbamba tuba. Tuba siada tuba mangilia. Karanguduba tuba, Karambakai kunu karanguduba tuba, Nibirasi tuba. Dunia, dunia, dunia. Kora be kumala, jimbo be kumala, yaya be kumala. Afro roots, Afro roots. New York Afro roots. Africa, Africa Afro roots. Aniga sumunni ya Afro roots. Dunia Afro roots. Susana Makalido, Kevin Nathaniel, Amanda. New York City, multiculturalism. Aye, wa sayalande, sayala, sayadingendol. Nyanjale, nyanjale, kansala, berekolonda kansala, malala, waliba fulanjala, sadani mane lumambete, berekolonda kansala. Ye mangani sadani mane lumambete. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. Afro Root Tuesday, every other Tuesday, with the producer, Kevin Nathaniel. Thank you so much, everyone. I saw Sarah. Thank you for coming out tonight. Richard and Tom, Amanda, Big Brother, Marvin Dean, Georgia Savannah. And thank you, everyone. And I pray for coronavirus. May Allah God take it away from everybody. Let us be coronavirus free. And I want to thank my beautiful wife, Sundar Kamaso, for keeping quiet in the house. And my beautiful children, Muhammad and Isa. And Ibrahim Ajasi and Mama Jobate from Canada. Thank you, all of you. Thank you.
Salieu, thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Salieu, we have a quick question as we begin to wrap everything up. Somebody asked about the presence of women Kora players, and is Sona Jobarte? Oh, Colette asked that question. Is Sona Jobarte a kind of a rare thing, or are there more women Kora players?
Oh yeah, there are more women Kora players now. Sona Jobate is the one that started, but it's more now.
Wonderful.
Yes,
Yeah.
more now. Hey Colette, thank you for the question.
And you yourself, what do you feel is happening with this
Hey
deep tradition?
Colette.
Hi, Sanu.
Hey.
Hi, Kevin, excuse me, but there was a second part to that question, which I'm
Please.
really curious about, which is the path of becoming a griot becoming increasingly accessible to women in more recent generations?
Yes, yes, big time, because even a lot of young ladies become fantastic griots now. A lot of them don't play, but they sing fantastic.
And it's still passed down from the father and taught by the father.
Yes, yes.
So
Well,
when they become mothers, can they then teach their children?
Definitely.
Will that be included? It will
Yep.
be it will be acknowledged and embraced by the tradition.
That's right.
Well, Sal, you correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
In other words, the griot tradition has always been carried by men and women. It's always been shared.
yeah,
It's just that traditionally women tend to be the singers and tend to be the dancers and tend to be, as a result of being the singers and the dancers, actually leading the ensembles.
yep,
So in many cases, um, there was, in other words, you talk to some people in West Africa, and when the idea is brought up, in some cases that, well, there needs to be more equity. The women need to be learning the instruments. That's true, but some people would scratch their head and say, but the women have been the leaders of the ensembles in many times. They've been the lead singers.
yeah,
They've been the lead dancers. They've been in the front line of the ensembles in many cases. And in the jelly tradition, some of the most well-known jellies have been the female singers. They have been the ones that actually have led that jelly tradition for centuries. So there has been a honoring of both of all genders. However, there's been a separation of in the kind of work that they do that is now being able to is now being more, there's more equity in that now. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sally.
oh, yeah, you're right, because even now, then, you know, the society, at one point the society was like, kind of changing because, if you come to the performance, like a club performance and the public performance, people intend to hear just music and action, but now if they, people performing a traditional performance, either wedding or naming ceremony, that's what they do. They get all ensemble together, so they have all the musicians, but then whoever is leading the singing, but then they have to have a male griot who will come time to time to, get inside and talk about the music, what the singers is singing about. So that's a traditional way. So now, they acknowledging those kind of things. The young people need to see those kind of things, and they need to learn some, from it. And now it's and these young people, they're very smart. They take it, straight up. So now we have young kids that they will be, inside, performing the two, whole band will be performing, and one of the, sometimes even the young man playing the Kora, he will stop playing the Kora and he just jump in the floor and take the microphone and talk about, what the singers are singing and what the music is playing. Yeah.
I have a question now, which
Mhm.
that other question brought up. Given now the different kind of push toward technology in everybody's life, is the work of the griot becoming in some way a threatened life existence?
Like trend.
Like something that's hard to do? Is it something that is a disappearing art form, or is it growing?
Yeah, that was one point. There's a point back in the days a little bit. It was, created by military rulers, because for them, the Jalis traditionally is about background. So the militaries, they don't have no background, so they don't want here the background of the, people of Manding, what passed in the old days. They think that, those are old days, those are past. They don't want to hear that, because they just, take the power, take the government as a power, so they don't, acknowledge the tradition. But the griot, whenever they sing, whenever they talk about the past, and that's how they teach, people. So for them, they don't like it. But then, things change again. Now people don't like any military ruling anymore. So now people want to know what happened, the past. And if you want to know the past, you have to go with the griot, because there's one that will bring the past to you with the singing and music. So that's it happens. Yeah. I can hear you. You're amazing.
Salieu,
Yes.
where can we hear you play next? Or is it something we should just go to your website and find out, or follow you on Instagram, or what?
Yeah, most likely Instagram and Facebook that had my new comment, new things coming. Yeah. And
Great.
yeah, my website too. But Facebook and Instagram is more, you know, frequently bring upcoming news or
Okay.
upcoming performance.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Salieu. It has been a really special night. I have been touched deeply by the sound of the Kora, and I'm sure everyone else has. It has made me dance, and it has made my heart dance with joy. Oh, I see Nelly has has said that someone has a question. Sorry for my clicking here. I'm going to see.
I see.
What's the question?
I also saw my sister-in-law, from Nashville, Tennessee. That's my sister-in-law.
All right.
Hello there. Just wanted to say
Hey,
hi. Sorry I got here late.
Oh, the question is, do you give lessons?
did I get lessons?
Do you give lessons? Yes.
Yes, yes, I do.
Great. So everybody, that's where you go if you want to learn to play Kora. You learn it from Salieu Suso because he is doing the Kora tradition. He is playing the tradition. It's very interesting too because if you look nowadays, you find people all over the place trying to define Kora tradition to the general Western world or to the American public. If you're going to get the definition of Kora tradition, go to the griot.
Right, right.
Don't go to the website. Go to the jelly. Find out what it is from him, from the jelly,
Come to the
please.
source. Come to the source.
Salieu, I don't want to hold you up any longer. I know everybody's curious and wants to learn more about what you're doing, and they know to go to your website, follow your Instagram page, your Facebook page, and everyone has had a wonderful night. If you feel like making a donation, go on that Eventbrite and make the donation. Donations go to Salieu Suso. And other than that, everybody have a wonderful night. We want to thank again.
Kevin, I see people from Nashville, Tennessee, all the way Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's Fatia Sisori right there. How
Oh
are you,
my good.
Fatia?
Let's see. Hey, brother-in-law.
Good to
You
see you.
just
How are you?
Good.
everybody just go in the gallery view. That's a good idea. Go in the gallery view for a minute, and we see
Exactly. So we can see everybody.
the Nashville, Tennessee crew and everybody.
That's good.
Hello, Kevin. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much.
Good, good. It's good to see you.
Yeah. All
Thank
right.
you,
Hey, I'm out.
brother-in-law, for that
Good seeing
performance.
everybody.
Hey, Marvin, thank you.
Okay.
Colette,
See you next time. All right.
next
Yeah.
time. Nelly, good. Amanda, everybody.
All right.
Good to see
Nelly,
you.
you want to take it away, or Amanda, you want to take it away? Amanda's going to take it away. Amanda, take it away.
Hey, Amanda.
Thank you for coming, everyone, and have a good night. And stay tuned on our website for more events coming soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Night.
Ya, bilang itu Facebook, aku ngomongin